Hello, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. In this game, you explore dragons and enter dungeons. Wait,
Ooh.
hang on.
I don't want to enter a dragon.
And yeah, enter a dragon and defeat dungeons. I was gonna say, but I fucked it up. So, as you know, before this started, I told you all to think about a certain dwarven fellow, Gundren Rockseeker. The reason is because we are in the world of the Forgotten Realms, near a city named Neverwinter, which you may be familiar with if you've played those sort of games, like Neverwinter Nights, I think it is, or Baldur's Gate or whatever. But that's like the main sort of hub city of the D&D Kingdom of Forgotten Realms. That's what the world is called. And it's home to all manner of creatures, you know, dwarves, elves, orcs. You should be familiar with, considering your characters. But so our story begins. The dwarf, Gundren Rockseeker, asks you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver, even. Gundren was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to a shop called Barthen's Provisions, which is a trading post in Phandelver. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. At this point, you guys all met up through him. He left ahead of you, and then you set off. So you've spent the last few days following this the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. Now, to put that into something you may understand, I will bring you to this map. You may need to zoom out.
Ah.
So we went south from Neverwinter, just turning off at Tribor Trail, which is the sort of dotted line. You've encountered no trouble so far, but you know this territory can be dangerous because bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. So that's where we are. You're escorting these supplies, and you are just about to turn off onto there. So, first thing I'd like you all to do, one by one, how about you introduce your characters to each other, get to sort of know each other, because presumably on this point you've spent a couple days together, so you at least know the basics about each other. So why don't we start off with...
Perhaps I should start. I am Count Sophian Windfall. I once met this dwarf, as he was my teacher of Dwarven when I was a child. He is aware that I have been doing some adventuring lately, and thought he could use my help. As such, I have gladly offered my services.
I am Brognak Larza. Gundren essentially paid guards in the prison I was captive in, and promised, in exchange for helping with this mission, that he would provide me with some information on my one goal in this life.
Aaron, who are you today?
Guys, my mic was muted. My name is Kathleen O'Born. I became acquainted with Gundren Rockseeker after attempting to steal from the wrong crowd. I was unsuccessful, and had he not pulled me aside, I would be dead. I now take on this mission as a way of repaying my debt in a way.
Oh, it's me.
Yes, yes, you are the man.
Sorry.
Hey.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm Theron Urfi. I was just too busy looking at the forest to the north. Anyway, I'm one of the 7 guardians of the White Kurai. We are the protectors of the forest. We hold the balance of this land and its loyal creatures. I know this weird man. He's strange. He came into the forest one time. I thought, no. We passed judgment on this man and we tried to kill him. But he repaired our weapons and our armor. So we let him go. I'm surprised that he wants to hear from me again. You never know, I might try and kill him for the revenge.
Well, aren't you a charming fellow?
Right, so now that you know each other, vaguely, I would like to know from all of you your marching order in this escort. You do have the wagon load of supplies, so I'd like to know, you'll need 1 or 2 people riding it, because it's basically 2 big oxen are pulling the wagon, but if no one is holding the reins, then the oxen are trained to just stop wherever they are. The wagon's packed full of an assortment of mining supplies and food. This includes a dozen sacks of flour, several casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of strong ale, shovels, picks, crowbars, about a dozen of each, and 5 lanterns with a small barrel of oil on. You think the total value of the cargo is around 100 gold. But I'd like to know who is actually riding it, who's in front, who's bringing up the rear. If you could organise that between yourself and let me know, that would be appreciated.
I wish
My
to
size
scout.
is not suited for any cart. I should walk behind.
What happens when you're big like you? Jeez.
So,
I think I'm going to scout away from you guys. You attract too much attention.
But
There's the forest to the north. I'll go in there.
aren't
be the
you
eyes in
good
the
with
sky.
animals? You.
You want me to train some oxen? You think I'm 12?
Well, I thought you sensible, but apparently not. I suppose I will be on the reins then.
Okay.
that is me. I'll take front.
Right, so we have Sethian on the reins. We have Kathleen up front. We have Brognak bringing up the rear. And we have
Cameron's fucked up.
Theron scouting,
This is the end of his story.
presumably some way to the front, in front of them.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Right, now this is on an out of character level. This is something which the adventure didn't actually give me a map for, so this isn't going to look the best thing you've ever seen.
I can't wait.
So bear with me.
Have you made all of those?
No, I haven't made them. No.
Oh.
I'm,
You're about to see what Leo's made.
I'm sorry to say, I haven't made much. Okay.
Coming out of character, it slightly should have made more sense if I went in front, actually.
I was
But,
going to
you know,
say that.
You can.
Whisper. Do you want to swap places?
I don't think we should. I think we should stick to what we've
Well, our characters have decided.
Yeah.
To be fair, you bringing out the rear, that means that you can, if anyone's, surprise attacks usually happen at the rear, so.
Right, so you have been riding on said tribal trail for about half a day since you've changed your decision and you've turned off. At this point, you come to a certain turn in the road and you hear some epic music. No, you do not. This is not meant to be playing yet.
I sense a premonition.
Excuse me for my inability to understand Roll20 in any form.
Hey, it's us.
Don't know why you're not sticking to the grid, but whatever, we'll move you there. Right, so you've been on the tribal trail for about half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses. They're dead, okay? They're dead. About 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Because as you can see, the path is quite clearly blocked from all sides. There's no way you can get around that. Because basically what's happened on each side, it's quite a narrow path. It's really not much wider than the cart full of oxen that you have on there. So the 2 dead horses are sprawled completely across. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. So there's really no way you can easily maneuver the cart around without having to first move these out of the way. So, what would you like to do?
Did you say what would we like to do?
Yes, what would you like to do? It's all up to you.
Come on, wizard. You look like you know what you're doing.
This is clearly no accident if there's blocking the path. I suggest caution.
Hey, big guy, you feeling strong?
What do you wish of me, human?
I'm going to interrupt you all right here. These horses were living creatures. We need to bury them. They need a proper send-off.
You want to waste your time and energy burying dead things?
More
Take out all
importantly,
the arrows, I can save your life.
there's arrows in them. They were killed for a reason.
Hold up.
I
this is
suggest we send
okay.
someone ahead to examine.
Yes, let's not take the cargo with us.
Perhaps send someone could sneak ahead, have a look.
You're in the grain.
Jump
Why
out
don't
of
you die
character when
ahead?
you want to say you're doing something, by the way.
What's that?
Hmm?
Whenever you actually want to do something, just let me know out of character. Like, I'm going to go and
Yeah.
do X.
Okay. So what we're saying, they hold up, and I'm gonna investigate.
Okay, so you're leaving the oxen where you are. I will first, bear with me, get you all into sort of the order you was at. So you was up in front, sort of scouting ahead.
Is there a way in which that's not me?
I know, I'm just doing the order, sorry.
Cameron
He
was
was
up ahead,
scouting ahead.
scouting in the woods.
Is there a way I can say like I can check how long they've been dead if they're still warm?
Bear with me just a second. I forgot to introduce my character, by the way. Hello.
Yeah.
I've completely forgot about that. He's Corin Thunderbrew, he introduces himself as. He is a dwarf cleric. He's actually the cousin of Gundren Rockseeker and his brothers. And basically he's joined you guys as returning a favour to Gundren. He basically got in a tricky situation preaching his faith in the place where he probably shouldn't have been a few months ago, and now he's helping Gundren out in return. So he's joined you guys, sort of look out for you, all the while sort of spreading the word of his god as he goes around.
If
Nice.
I'd known that, I might have questioned him upon seeing the dead horses before advancing.
Yeah, sorry, we'll take that back. I'll just say he is probably riding with a Sethian. But yeah, sorry, I completely forgot I had a character in this.
Who are you sitting next to me?
So, yes, you can. Let's start that one again. What do you want to do?
Well, out of character, can I take the arrows off of the horses and put them in my
Just run ahead and stop ripping them out.
yeah, and take some, see if I can use them, or are they not usable?
You can't tell from this distance whether they're damaged or
Yeah.
beyond repair or not.
In that case, I'm going to stand on top of the cart as I stay back whilst everyone else goes ahead, as a protection.
What's your character?
Everyone else isn't going ahead.
These characters' names are so difficult to remember. Corin, is that the cousin?
Yes, Corin is my character, Corin.
Check Discord if you want to see our names.
Yeah, I just did.
So,
In which case, I asked Corin. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Does your cousin usually do these sorts of supply runs and?
I've not seen him in several months actually, but he did seem very excited by this trip. He didn't even tell me much about it. He's really only told me what he's told you, that he and his brothers found something big. He was really excited to get on the way. He didn't even really stop to explain what he was doing. He was just like, I'll see you in Phandelver with the supplies. I really need to go ahead. So he's gone ahead with his escort, Sildar. And I'm afraid I can't really tell you much more.
Okay.
Were they riding ahead in horses?
In which
I believe they were. Yes, actually.
This does
now you
not
mention
bode
it.
well.
okay.
Perhaps
I'll-
they...
Sorry.
Please
go on.
speak. Please speak.
I was just going to say I'll resume my action then, where
Yeah.
I was going to investigate because I would have asked that before this happened anyway. So
Okay, so you're going to head closer.
I'm going to head closer and investigate.
Yep. So I'll pop you... Well, actually, you can move your character.
Can I actually?
I believe so.
So do I have a limit to how many I can move or
Not out of combat.
out of combat? Okay.
So is anyone going with...
Uh,
Is anyone going with?
I'm going to go here, not all the way, maybe more sort of to the
You're
side.
going to shadow him then, yeah.
Yeah, just be there just in
Give him
case
some
he
cover.
steps
That
on a
makes
twig.
sense.
I thought
Yeah.
the road
Okay.
was blocked either side, though, wasn't it? So, or is it?
Yeah, hang on a second.
I mean, I'm right up by the edge then.
Shit. Oops. So, basically, the road is like this, really.
Thought so.
And
Alright.
then we've got a steep embankment which comes along. Bear with me here. Sort of steep
We're all learning today.
embankments up like this, so it's really steep.
So
And
we're in
then
a dip.
and then all of this is like thistles and brush.
So
So
we're in a ditch at the moment, basically.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah, it's sort of been the Pathfinders have sort of cut their way through in a sort of low running bit. Probably
We
a
are-
dried riverbank or something in centuries past.
This looks like an ambush.
Can I do a perception check?
Yes. Hang on a second.
Connor, how good's your perception?
Shit, but I was trying to encourage other people to do it.
Well, I'll wait
By-
until Connor fails.
Someone
and
could
then I'll
roll
do
for
mine.
perception.
So, by the way, before I begin, as Theron gets closer, he can see that the saddlebags of the horses have been looted, and nearby lies an empty leather map case. But you say you want to roll a perception check.
Yep, it's 1d20, isn't it?
That is a d20, and then if you look on your character sheet, you do have a modifier to your perception.
7.
You got 7. Theron
13.
got 13. 21, 22. My character got... He got 8 plus 3, so 11. Not much. So, immediately, Sethian and Theron notice something's up. They notice
Kathleen.
that on either side, the brush seems to have been kind of pushed back as if to make a sort of window in the brush, sort of a gap that something could perhaps see in. It also seems like it's been done very recently, and there is even, when you pay close attention, you can see maybe some scuffling movement in the brush. You definitely think that they, on either side, it's not empty. You definitely think something's there.
Hey guys, out of character, I have an idea. I bet this thrush is flammable. Shall I see if I can burn the thrush and see if we hear any noises?
You want to burn us alive?
You're not in the
Very-
thrush.
Corin loudly walks up. Hey, so what's going on over there, you guys? As he moves up.
Oh, you idiot!
Oh god.
You fool!
Oh,
you
shut
technically
up,
in the
you
brush?
weirdo.
Isn't Lua technically on the outside of the road? There we go. It's sorted. Immersion restored.
Shut up, you big oaf. There's people over there.
Upon-
Something's not right.
Upon Theron saying, "There's people over there,"
Idiot!
all of a sudden, out of the bushes... Oh,
Nothing happens.
Out of the,
That's
bear
such a
with me,
dense
roll
building.
20 is difficult, okay? Out of the bushes rush 2 goblins. And 2 more start drawing back their bows. They realise that the ruse is up and they are coming for you. Roll initiative for me, everyone, please.
Initiative 7.
7 plus 0, 7.
14 plus 3 is 17.
14 plus 2, 16.
Theron and Sethian, roll again for me, please. Just a normal d20, no modifiers. Just to determine which of you guys first.
2. I think Cameron's going for me.
Okay. First up is Kathleen. You see the 4 goblins, 2 on either side, are sort of scurrying between themselves. They've realised they've been caught. They're sort of speaking to each other in their goblin language. Pointing at everyone, pointing at all of us, the 5 characters there. picking up their weapons, realising the ruse is up, that their ambush has failed, in fact. What would you like to do?
Is everyone else aware that we're now in this
Yeah,
position?
it's pretty clear to everyone with all the shouting going on. The goblins have stopped trying to be sneaky. They've sort of stuck their faces out and they're in the
You're
midst
just
of shouting to
reacting.
each other.
Reacting fastest.
Yeah, you're just the first one to react to all this.
Right, okay. I see. And did you say the two on one side were were prepping to attack more than the other two?
No, all of them seem to be in league with each other. They can see each other from the other side of the brush.
Brush.
They were communicating, sort of, from what you can tell from your perception roll. Yeah, no, you could see that it was quite clear that what they planned to do was the archers to shoot first, and then there's two guys with melee weapons who were going to rush in afterwards. That was how they seemingly killed the horses, and that was what they was going to do here.
Right, okay.
Well, me and Brognak are a bit out of the combat zone, so you know how to get rid of those archers first.
Am I? Who's so?
Which two have bows?
It is the two on the top.
Right. Okay.
So this guy and this guy.
And can we see them?
Yeah, they're not hiding anymore. You can see them
Right, okay.
quite clearly.
In which case, is it one? Can I do one move thing, or can I say I take cover in the damaged horse transport and fire on one of the?
I mean, you can. It's not really too much cover that you can take in the horses, considering they've got both sides covered.
Okay,
it's a
that's fine.
crossfire.
In which case, I will fire on one of the rangers, one of the bowmen,
Which one? Just so I know which one to.
on the back right.
Back right. Okie dokes. Right. So you are firing, assumingly, with your short bow.
Short bow, yes.
All right. Make a check for me then, please, or an attack roll.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Go.
16 plus 5, that's a 21. Yep, that hits. That definitely hits the goblin. Now roll your damage.
I see. So I can just press up, can't I? Roll d20 again.
No, your damage is a different one. It's 1d6 plus 3.
1d6. Oh,
One.
No, plus 3.
So plus 3, so that does 4 damage to the guy. Your arrow thuds into him, and he squeals like a little bitch. He's like, ah! And he is not happy about that. Brognak, it is now your turn. Unfortunately, you are at the back.
Yeah. None of my weapons have the range that I need.
Perhaps stay and guard the cart, just in case.
Yeah, your highest damage dealer is just gonna. How far?
Hey, I'm not
I can
suggesting that in
move-
character.
I can move 30 feet. Is that in one move? Yeah.
Yes.
and it's each block is 5, is it not?
Yeah, so I can move 6 feet up. Does that include diagonally? So like there.
Something I was debating on. Let's say once you can do diagonal. So this no, diagonal would be.
Well, hang on a minute. Could I?
I don't know.
Diagonal's surely an exploit, though, is it not?
Hmm.
And technically, you're walking around the cart there, not through it.
To move from
Could I do an athletics check to see if I could climb up the side
of the wagon.
of the embankment side to the right? So climb up to the embankment.
It probably wouldn't need a athletics check. It's not that steep. It's just too hard for the wagon to get up. So you could go up that way if you wanted.
That's 4 steps. 5, 6. Otherwise, you can't see my cursor when I'm doing
No.
it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep. Okay, that's
Yep.
your 30 feet. So you're beginning to leg it towards the goblins.
And that counts as a turn.
Yeah, because that's his
That makes-
movement.
That makes sense. That makes
That's his
sense.
action.
Have I
Right.
got a bonus action yet or not?
Only if you have bonus actions available.
I assume I do.
Only if there's something that specifically says bonus action. And I don't think you do, other than just going into a rage, which you can do.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll do that.
He's already angry.
Okay, is he going to your rage?
Yep. I've selected, so I've ticked one of the uses on it on my character sheet. So yeah, so I'm in a
Yeah.
rage, so for the next 10 rounds, I'm basically stronger and I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Alright.
Jesus. Okay.
So now it's the turn of the goblin that was so rudely hit with an arrow by Kathleen over here. It is not happy. It's sort of pointing at the other goblin. It's like pointing at the arrow and it's like, ah! And it picks up its own bow and it fires back at Kathleen. Gonna teach her a taste of her own medicine. Yeah, it is
Darren.
not happy at all. So, that is a 13. What's your armor class?
14.
Oh, misses. Just about misses. Whizzes by your head. It doesn't do anything else. It's now kind of upset that it really missed. On to the other archer. It notices that Kathleen has friends. In particular, Theranurfir is the first one it sees. So it picks up its bow and it fires at Theron. But it probably... No, it misses as well. They're not very good shots, goblins. They was expecting to be ambushers, not actually be discovered. So they're a bit all over the place at the
They're
moment.
off their game.
Sorry,
they
did you
are.
miss? I lagged.
Yeah, he missed.
Cool.
I thought you were saying that to the goblin then.
Yeah, sorry, mate, you missed. Yeah, so he missed. And then Goblin, upon seeing his friend miss, decides he's going to do the rest of the job. So he starts charging towards Theron as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. He does actually make it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can just make it. And he slashes with his scimitar at Theron as well. But he misses as well. He was a bit too hasty, completely misses.
These goblins are
Not very
rubbish.
good. Now it is Theron's turn to react to that.
Ooh.
Well, I'm going to straight away activate my bonus, which is 2-weapon fighting. I draw both of my short swords.
Right.
And in one quick draw, I slice in an upwards motion with both swords at the goblin.
Right, so if I remember rightly, that is you make your attack as your action and then you do your second attack, you get another attack with your bonus action, if I'm right.
Yeah. So it would be 1d6 plus 3 and then 1d6.
Okay, if you hit, of course.
Of course. Roll d20, my man.
Yes, roll a d20 for me, please.
10. And then plus 5 on one, or is it plus 5 on both, as they are? Is it just 15?
You roll 2 separate attacks.
Okay, so that's 15 for the first one. It is 14 for the second one.
Right, so we'll resolve the first one. So the first one does hit, indeed.
Okay.
So what is that? 1d6 plus 3 for me, please.
That is 4.
4. Ah! It screams.
Just on the arrow in him already.
No, that one's up the top right.
Okay.
And your second roll was it a 14?
Yes.
Yeah, that one misses. It lurches
Oh.
out of the way just enough to accidentally dodge your second blow.
Okay.
Which brings us on to Sethian. Your turn. What would you
How
like to
far
do?
away are they from where I am?
The nearest goblin to you, about 25 feet.
Excellent. My firebolt has a range of 120 feet.
Yes, they're all well within range.
Is that
I will
good?
cast firebolt on the goblin bottom right. So I need to roll 1d20, yes?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
1d20, yeah.
Firebolt +5, yeah.
Yep, right, that hits.
Excellent.
Hit the little bugger in the face.
And now for effect, I roll 1d10. 3. Damn it!
The thing shrieks just like the others. As you hit it in the face, it starts patting itself out because its clothing starts to catch alight, so it's patting itself down, trying not to burn alive, basically. Seems really
Bad
pissed off
distraction.
that you did that as well.
Come get me, bitch.